This video will show you how to make a warm scarf using Rico Design's Creative Liesl yarn. The scarf is knit in what's called brioche stitch, which looks a bit like ribbing, and it's great for scarves because it looks exactly the same on the front and the back of the work. Take a pair of 12mm needles and cast on 13 stitches in whichever method you prefer. The first row we're going to do is a foundation row. Start by knitting the first stitch as normal. We're always going to be knitting the edge stitches. Now this is where the pattern starts. Knit the first stitch. Bring the yarn between the needles to the front of the work. Then we need to slip the next one purlwise, which means inserting the needle as if you're going to purl it, but instead you just slide it off. Now, keeping the yarn at the front of the work, we're going to knit the next stitch. This creates a yarn over. Bring the yarn to the front of the work, slip the next one purlwise, and knit the next stitch. Bring the yarn to the front between the needles, slip the next stitch, and knit this one. Bring the yarn to the front, slip this stitch, knit the next one. Bring the yarn to the front of the work, slip, knit, and finish by knitting the last stitch of the row. And that's your foundation row done. Row 2 goes as follows. Knit the first one. Bring the yarn to the front of the work, slip purlwise, but you can see now you've got two funny looking stitches. This is caused by the yarn over from the previous row, and we're going to knit these two funny stitches together, remembering to keep the yarn at the front of the work. Bring the yarn forward, slip purlwise, and knit two together. Bring the yarn forward, slip purlwise, knit two together. Yarn forward, slip, knit two together. Yarn forward, slip, knit two together, yarn forward, slip, and just knit the final stitch. That's row 2. Row 3 is pretty similar. Knit the first one. You'll see we've come across the two funny looking stitches, so we knit those two together. Then we bring the yarn between the needles to the front, slip the next one, and knit two together. And we're back into that pattern again. Bring the yarn forward, slip one, and knit two together. Yarn forward, slip one, knit two together. Yarn forward, slip one, knit two together. Yarn forward, slip one, knit two together, and then knit the final stitch. And from here on we're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So remembering to knit the first stitch because it's the edge one, bring the yarn forward, purl, knit 2 together, and so on. And as you carry on, you'll see that a pattern starts to emerge. As you can see, I've now done quite a few rows, and hopefully you can see that the rib pattern is starting to emerge. Just keep going until you've got to the length of scarf that you require and cast off as normal.